Sunday, February 6th, really is a momentous day in the history of the British monarchy. It will be the first time ever since the monarchy first evolved over 1,000 years ago that a British monarch has marked 70 years on the throne. It's really an extraordinary accomplishment. And it's been able to happen simply because the Queen came to the throne at the age of 25. She's enjoyed very good health throughout her life, but she came to the throne as the result of the tragic and untimely death of her father. He was only 56 when he died. So in terms of the history of the monarchy, this is a very big deal. But really, for all of us that are watching this occasion unfold, I feel, as somewhat of a history geek, we are enormously privileged because this isn't just a once-in-a-lifetime event. This is potentially a once in forever. When we look at the future of the monarchy, there are already three kings in waiting. There is Prince Charles, Prince William, Prince George. So it would take an event of catastrophic proportions for a future monarch to come to the throne at the tender age the Queen did. So really, it's a very exciting moment in the history of the monarchy and in the history of the United Kingdom. Typically, Accession Day is a very quiet day. February 6th, every single year since the Queen came to the throne, has been one for her of quiet reflection. It's a very odd notion when you think about the fact that, yes, she became Queen, and that is cause for celebration, but the only reason she became Queen is because of the death of her father. She was devoted to her father. So I've always thought it must be a very, very difficult notion to really sort of come to terms with. The Queen, she's never been about self. So for her, it will be reflecting on her father's legacy and reflecting on her memories of him. But as the year progresses, that's when we're going to start to see the celebrations. And there are huge numbers of events happening this year, certainly across the UK, but also in a number of the Commonwealth realms. In May, there's going to be a spectacular horse-related event in the grounds of Windsor Castle. Of course, anybody who has followed the Queen knows that she's very big on horses. So I think that's going to be an event that she's particularly going to enjoy. But that's going to chart the history of the monarchy from Elizabeth I, the first sort of golden queen, if you will, through to her reign where it stands today. But the major central focus weekend is going to be in June 2nd through the 5th. It's going to be a 4-day bank holiday weekend. There will be a service of Thanksgiving, which we would expect to see. The Queen is devoutly religious, and that will be an opportunity for her to give thanks to God, give thanks within the church. She is, of course, the head of the Church of England. But we're going to see street parties all across the UK, Jubilee-themed street parties. In fact, there's been a competition launched already this year to find the next big Jubilee dessert. But really, I think what people are going to be especially looking forward to is a massive parade. I think of gargantuan proportions. We won't have seen anything like it. It's going to involve all the Commonwealth nations, certainly the Commonwealth realms, where the Queen also serves as head of state. And I think in terms of a welcome back to the global stage, this is really going to be a spectacular event. COVID-weary Britons have really had enough of isolation and lockdown, and I think we are known in the UK, certainly for our pomp and pageantry. It is something that people across the world enjoy, but this is going to be pomp and pageantry on another level. We'll see involvement from all the members of the royal family. The Queen will, of course, make an appearance on the balcony at Buckingham Palace, surrounded by her family. And I think really that's going to be the weekend that will be a joyous occasion, full of festivities, and an opportunity for the Queen to reflect on her reign, but I think really importantly, it's an opportunity for Britons to say thank you. Most Britons alive today have never known any other monarch, and so it speaks to how much affection really they feel towards the Queen. And I think it's quite remarkable. Even Republicans and anti-monarchists have said that the Queen is untouchable. She is universally adored, and I think this year is really going to present an opportunity for people to give thanks for her and to really celebrate what she has accomplished over the course of her 70-year reign. She has seen an incredibly successful transition from British Empire to Commonwealth. She did away with a lot of the formal engagements that Buckingham Palace used to host, such as the presentation of the debutantes. In doing that, it allowed regular members of the public to be able to visit. She's the oldest serving sovereign in the world. She's the longest served female head of state. It's just remarkable when you look at this woman who's just around 5'4". I think as much as the Queen is not about self, and she'd be very embarrassed by a huge level of fuss, I think really what we can look forward to this year is, yes, celebrating a monumental historic milestone, one that may never be repeated, but also it's an opportunity for us to turn towards Her Majesty and say, thank you for your devotion to duty and your selfless service over 70 years on the throne.